today I have been experimenting with the Shimmery blooming technique that I've seen other people doing on YouTube, so I thought I would have a little go at it. I did one little 20cm square canvas, and this one is 30cm square. I have already had a go on this 30cm square, which wasn't very successful, so I have scraped it and I am going to have another go. So I have put a very large puddle down, and now I'm going to put on the colours that I want to use. This is Payne's Grey mixed with deep sapphire, so Pueblo Payne's Grey and a Deco Art deep sapphire, and this is a turquoise aquamarine in the Deco Art. This is pink tourmaline in the Deco Art. So my base that I've put down is my Dulux satin wood mixed with fluidart, a little bit of Amsterdam white, and I have put some water in because last time it was ever so thick, and I know that it seems to have to be a bit thicker than you would for a Dutch pour, but all the same this time I have watered it down a little bit. I haven't put any water in these other colours. This is the 24 karat gold, and then this one is the blue topaz, again Deco Art. So I'm putting down quite a lot of colour. I'm just trying to break it up a little bit, I guess. So that's the colours, and then this is the Amsterdam white with just lots of fluidart. I don't have a mixing ratio. I couldn't say that it's a particular ratio. There. So all I'm going to do now is blow that all into the paint, and we'll see what happens. So from there I'm going to let it settle a little bit. I'm getting absolutely covered in paint today. I'll put a torch on it. Then I am just going to stretch it a little bit, and I will stop when I think that I'm happy really with the shape, and I might just do it relatively slowly. See, what I find is that if you stretch it too fast, it goes very jagged, and I don't really like the jagged look, and that's the problem that I've been having with the stretching. And sometimes I spin it with my spinner, but again, just the action of spinning it can make it jagged. So do fast forward this stretching bit, and you can see how it goes from doing that. And I also don't want to overstretch it as well. I think because I already scraped this canvas once, and I think it is a little bit wet still, I think that's actually going to be an advantage for stretching this out. But I may well get to a point where I just think I'm not going to stretch over the edge. But the colours, I just love this colour combination. I love the way the colours all contrast each other. See how the shapes change when you put it in the different directions. Just a point of getting the weight and stretching it to go in a way you want it to go, and not in a direction you don't want it to go, and then bringing the weight back again. So far, I'm quite happy with the way that's going. There are some really nice colours. I'm hoping not to lose. I like this bit here, and I like those two edges there, so I don't mind if the whole thing comes over that way, but doesn't go completely over that edge. encourage that little bit. Realised that with this paint being so thick, whereas normally I would blow areas with my straw to get the edges how I want them, with the paint being much thicker, I don't really like the effect that it gives when I blow it with the straw. So I'm just going to kind of go with this and carry on with it. We'll see what happens. See if I can get some of that area to move over that way a little bit without spoiling the shape of it too much. Got that over that way a bit, she says. Right, so now let's see if I can just change that shape a little bit. So you can see, so I brought the weight down to be more central. So now take it over the other way a little bit. Just see that pink edge closest to you. Get that a little bit further into that direction. And so that has worked. Bring it back again. Final bit that I'll just want to get that edge that is now closest to you with the pink and the gold and the light topaz. See if I can get that corner over a little bit more. Okay, so I have done that. So now, so let's see. Move it back down here a bit. So now I want to move that way a little bit, if I can do that, just with the weight. Yeah, I think that's going a little bit. Yeah, it is. I think, she says, hopefully, I'm hoping for a kind of a maybe star shape. Can get that little edge over that pink. I'd quite like that to go over. Okay, so now so it's kind of heading for a star shape, I think. Yes, it is. There's a bit of a line there, and it is from a bit of the metallic, I think it's blue topaz. So I'm just going to put some of that white over that, because I don't really want that line there so much. But I think that's looking pretty good actually. I think I mean, it's got the star shape that I wanted. I don't want it to be too blobby. If I move it down this way, for example, that whole line will just come down and then it will just be a bit blobby. So I dare say, if anything, I perhaps want it back that way a little bit to make more of an indentation. So where I have just put that white, that might be able to help just to make it a little bit more star shaped. And I don't think that's affecting the lines elsewhere particularly that I can see. I think all the other lines are looking all right. So it's not looking like a flower, but it's looking pretty. The colours are looking nice together. I like the white negative space on there. I wanted lots of white really. Do this corner. I do find that with the house paint, because it's thick, I find that any little touching up you do have to do pretty much immediately, and you have to put a lot of it on for it to drizzle down over the edge. Because if you wait and if you don't put much on, then it's a bit bumpy and it doesn't dry smooth. Whereas if you do it straight away and you put quite a lot on, drizzle it over the edge, it does dry smooth, like icing on a cake. There, so I am going to leave that now. I'm not going to do any more to it. I will put a torch on it. I still got a little bit of a line there, a bit more white on that. But I think if I do anything more to it, I think I will spoil it. And I don't want to do that, so I'm going to leave it like that. I will put a torch on it. I'll do that so that you can see. Bring the camera down and then you can have a good close-up. Look at that. and see what you think. So here, this is close up. This is 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres. You can see all those lovely colours all blending together, and quite a lot of cells, which I guess comes from that Amsterdam white with floetrol, quite a lot of floetrol. So the cells are a lot bigger than maybe I would want, I'm not really sure. I guess I'm not sure generally about the composition either, but having said that, I'm not going to do anything else to it. I am absolutely covered in paint as well. That's another thing. So yes, the edges are looking really nice. I like the fact we've got the white negative space in there because it shows the pattern up more. I'm very happy with the colours, and I wouldn't want to stretch it anymore because those cells are quite big already. So I will let that dry, which I think is going to take a few days because it's very thick paint, and then I will show you what that looks like as it is drying. This edge here is very pretty, although that lovely blue topaz around the edge there and those gold bits. So there's lots of very pretty bits in here, and I think when it is hung up from a distance it'll be really interesting. There's a little bit there, looks a little bit like somebody wearing a hat. Okay, so I will show you that in a few days. So goodbye for now. Well, it has now been 3 days since I painted this little painting, and it has taken this long for it to have any kind of resemblance of dry. It seemed quite wet even this morning, I think because the paint was quite thick. The edges are looking really nice, and the shimmer from that 24 karat gold, and actually even the pink tourmaline is nice and shimmery there, and the blue topaz, which always shimmers, and you've got the blue topaz and the 24 karat gold together there with the deep sapphire just making those little lines in between. So there's lots of very pretty little areas in this painting. Lots of lovely cells. And I do like my edges to look nice. I like it when it goes over the edge. So yes, there's lots of very interesting areas. I still am not sure about the painting overall. I'm not sure exactly what to make of it. I often find that the ones that I'm not sure about seem to be the ones that other people like the most. So I'll let you draw your own conclusions. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.